Welcome back to Statue Week. We got Prime One Studios Justice Buster, and I would say this is DC's behemoth piece of the year. And then we got War Tank, which is Marvel's behemoth piece of the year. And we got both of these, and we got them both at the same time. So we're gonna do a quick side-by-side after this, so join me on that. So the Justice Buster, Prime One Studios, check out all these pieces. That is typical of Prime One Studios. So it's going to take a while to put this together. So we're going to put the main pieces on, and then I'll just do a fast forward rendition of the little pieces, and then we'll go through everything on this. So as you know, I just did LBS Magneto 1/3 and the Iron Man Mark 7 bust by Queen Studios. And then today we're going to be doing the Queen Studios Vision bust. So we just got that in, and we're just going to do that right after this. So join me on that. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna do that side by side with War Tank, Justice Buster, just because they're so similar and they're both the big behemoth pieces of the year, aside from Queen Studios Hulkbuster. So we're just gonna kind of piece them together and then just do a quick side by side. Why not, right? So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with the base here. Well, we got the base. We wanted to get the main body. So I went ahead and put one leg on. So it comes with the torso and a leg, and I just put the leg on just so we could put it all in one piece. That's how we had to do the War Tank, and this is just the same. So let's get started with that. Okay, here's our first piece. One giant peg and one just rests on the base there. Whew, heavy, just these two pieces. Massive. So when you put this together, you're probably going to have to need two people. Not as bad as a War Tank. You could probably do it yourself, but man, these things are massive. All right, let's go ahead and put our torso on. This piece is really heavy too. Giant peg on this. There we go. We're gonna fit on there. We are gonna fit. All right, so let's go ahead and put our arms on. All right, I believe this one goes here. Let's throw in, so this is our other arm. You know, just these 5 pieces probably weigh around 200 pounds. I mean, massive. So let's keep going. So we got all of our big pieces put together. Just gonna put the mic down. We're gonna put it all together probably over the next hour or so. But we'll keep the camera going, and we'll just do a fast forward version of the piecing. Guys, what do you think? We got everything put together. We have a few straggling parts that we weren't able to find, but that's okay. We'll put those on later. Some of these pieces I just don't get. Giant ass pegs, and I can't find where it goes. So we'll find that later. But this is basically what it is. This is the Justice Busters. This is the Ultimate Edition. And so let's go through the price real quick. The price is $3,000. It was $2,999. And what that gives you is this Batman gives you this stand, and it gives you the switch out up here. So let's do that real quick. See, you have this little pedestal there. So what you can do is just take his head off. Let's do that. And then this whole thing comes out just like the other one did. And then it's basically a magnetic flat piece, just kind of like a portrait pedestal is. And then you just throw on your portrait. Bam, that's it. That is what you're getting for 500 bucks. And to me, 500 bucks is really good for getting a base, a statue, this pedestal, and I believe you get an extra portrait. I believe this is the exclusive portrait. And why is he wearing a mask like that is just for poison resistance. So just going through the concept of this is, what is the Justice Buster? The Justice Buster is what Bruce Wayne made to counter the Justice League in case they went sour, in case they went bad. And that's exactly what happened. And I have another video where I actually talked about this in more detail, and that was a long time ago. But I know the Joker somehow poisoned the Justice League, and then they turned evil, was to their beck and call, and out came the Justice Buster to counter that. So that's exactly what the Justice Buster is. We have Batman here, so we're just going to display it with this, because I think that's more appropriate. Because, you know, I would say if you didn't have this, then you could use the other switch out. But I think overall, this is the better look of it. And as you can see, I have the light ups there. And this goes with two AAA batteries. And that kind of just sets on there. And on the back, as you saw, when I was piecing this together, there's 4 AAAs that go in the back that light up. And we have those lit up right now. You get the 2 lights here. Blue LEDs inside here. So I bet if we turned off the lights, you could probably see it a lot better. Let's see if we can turn this down. Yeah, you usually can't. Anyway, you have 4 blue LEDs there, LED, 1 in the center. You have a red LED there and 2 on his mid-core. And then we have 2 more light ups that we didn't do, and that's because they use those little watch batteries. And that's here on the shoulder pads. Right here, you have a light up here on the shoulders, as well as in this gun, you have a little light up there. You have a little button on the bottom where you can turn that on and off. So, and the last light up is going to be in Batman's chest plate. You can take this off, put a few of those little watch batteries, I think 357s, and this will actually glow. So that is pretty cool. So just going through our portraits, we have our fully masked portrait. You have our standard Batman portrait. Cool. And then you have a ventilator mask portrait. I think this is probably the best one for this. And what I like most about this statue is you have the removable Batman. And you can actually take him and put him on his stand on the side here like this, just in case you want to put Batman somewhere else if you have the space for it. I don't have the space, so I really like this configuration. I like how it's really consolidated into one small space. But if you wanted to change them over, simple, you just bring them over just like that. And then on here, you have 2 little clips here where you could put Batman's cape on there. And the cape actually goes in those slots. But masked Batman is cool, but I think with the Justice Buster displaying him like this, I think it's best not to use the cape, because the cape actually covers up a lot of the detail of half the Justice Buster. So you wanted to keep everything open and visual. So I think using the cape when you have Batman actually on the stand is probably best not to use the cape. So anyway, really cool. Let's go through the size real quick. Going up to the very top is about 34 inches to the top of this gun. If you took the gun off, it would be around 31 inches. Depth-wise, you're looking at about 27 inches, and width-wise, about 27, 28 inches. So it's a big statue. Like I said, this is a behemoth statue, probably one of the biggest DC pieces in this past year. So that's not too bad for being such a big statue there. So edition size at 1,400. So that's quite a few considering the price. This was $2,999. It was 3,000 bucks. If you just got the Justice Buster, it was 2,500 bucks. And then you could just get Batman alone. I think it was around 600 bucks. But in my opinion, for 500 bucks, you get Batman, the switch out, and the base. I think that's worth it. I think that's worth it to add that on there. So $2,999 is not too bad of a price. At 1,400 units, so this one is still for sale. It's not fully sold out. You can still buy this one. I was surprised with the shipping. I got this from Sideshow and it was over 600. I think it was 650 around there. And typically Sideshow hooks me up because I'm so close. I'm only an hour and a half away. For instance, when I got Optimus Jet Power, it was only $125 shipping, just because I'm so close. But this one, man, $625 or $650, whatever they charge me. That's quite a bit, and that's the highest I've ever paid with Sideshow for shipping. So Prime One Studios, I think they would have charged you about 800 bucks for this. But the cool thing with that, you would have got that spear, the Kryptonite spear with this. That would have been, it goes in his left hand, and that's a pretty cool switch out. So, but that was exclusively for from Prime One, and when you order from them, you get it first. You get them a lot faster. So, anyway, that's it. This is the Justice Buster, and my overall impressions. I mean, I like how techy it is, yet it is still Batman. It still reminds me of Batman, and the reason why I say that is just because when I get War Tank out, I put that together, and when I put it by my Transformer statue, it's almost like it has that Transformer statue feel. But this one is still Batman, it's still DC, and it still has those colors in there, and it's still a really awesome piece. So this will be a good centerpiece for a DC display there. So. Anyway, I do like the base. It's all very metallic, very futuristic on the outer edges, and you have the Batman logos there. And then of course you have Wonder Woman's broken shield. And then it goes into an earthy base. You have stone, rock, and dirt. It has a moderate amount of detail on there, as well as the rock has a lot of texture and detail on it. You have kryptonite on the back, a big chunk of kryptonite. You have some kryptonite over here. And then from that, you have this rock background. And just let you know, you don't have to use this piece. You could take this off if you don't want to use it, because I don't think it's fully necessary. And if you have this displayed in the open, I would actually take this off so you can get the more visuals on the back of this thing, because this kind of just blocks the view. But if you have this against a wall, I would definitely use the little rock back there. So very metallic, very metal throughout this whole thing. A lot of metallic, battle damaged surfaces all throughout the bottom. And all these plates and pieces kind of stack on top of each other, so you have a lot of layering. And that also, when you take this apart, you want to make sure you do it in the right order that you put it together. But it also has a lot more depth to this piece. So they didn't just make it one solid piece of mold. It's actually stacked on top of each other, and that gives it a lot better look there. And that's the same for both sides. And then you're going up to the core, it's more smooth, not as much layering there. And then all battle damage throughout here. And then you go through his the head there, and it's kind of looking to the left. And I like how they use AAAs. I like AAA batteries, and it makes it a little, if you want to use batteries, that's a little easier, but I typically just take those out. I do like the fist, a lot of detail on the fingers and the plates and the lines in there. And you have a lot of weaponry all around the arms there. and a lot of guns and everything on the left. And actually, just to let you know, this actually takes batteries as well. And so I totally forgot about that. So those are those little watch batteries, and it goes in this gun on the underside right there. So on this side just has basically more, it has the spikes there on his outer armor. And the back, his shoulders, just weaponry all around his collar there. So just to counter those, that Justice League. Oh, and I didn't mention on the back, there is actually some vents, and they actually have 3 blue LEDs there. But is anyone really gonna be looking at the back there? Probably not. So overall, 3,000 bucks. I can tell you this much. I am happier buying this over the War Tank. I think this was a little more affordable, and it is a very, very cool piece, a big piece, a centerpiece. Now, with War Tank, man, that was $4 grand, so that was $1,000 more. But it does have a little more detail, a little more structure and engineering that went in that, so I can see that price is justified. But the only problem is this reminds me of DC Batman, and that kinda, if I brought someone that didn't know all this stuff about Marvel and everything, they'd probably think it's a Transformer. You know, it has that Transformer feel, as this has more of a Batman DC feel. So I really like this piece. Anyway, I just got Vision bus from Quinn Studios. I wasn't even expecting it, but it just came in. And then I love when that happens. And then like I said, we did LBS Magneto right before this. We did the War Tank, of course, and we did the Iron Man Mark 7 by Queen. We've done that all this week, all those statues, so we're not done yet, so join me on those if I didn't already post those. Please subscribe, I do appreciate the support, and we are gonna put War Tank right there just to take a look at him. But I'm gonna make another video just because I don't want to you know, take too much recording time on this video. So let's go ahead and pull that up, and we'll do a quick video after that. Just click on the link at the end of the video, and then you can go ahead and see that. So I do appreciate the support. Please subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed Justice Buster. I'm excited to get this on the display. Got to find the right table that can handle the weight for this. Wasn't expecting that problem. Anyway, join me next video. We'll see you next time.